Hey everyone, let's take a look at the board from the 7th of July 2020. So this board is notable because its world record is 11, so this is very low. And it's also a lot of fun to play. One of the things that you will notice about it, if you start playing it naively at least, is that you can clear out a lot of the board without even losing any score. I was actually thinking that this could be one of the indicators of how easy or difficult the board is. However, as we'll quickly see from this board, it's not necessarily a good indicator, because if the board scores low, so somebody was able to make that low of a score, it might still mean that it's easy to get a score slightly higher, but shaving off a couple of points will make it really, really challenging. And for me, this board was really challenging, and it took me at least an hour of combined time to actually arrive at the world record. Actually, when I played for the first time, I remember I did this, and this is incredibly satisfying. And there are a couple of ways to handle all of these things, so let's quickly take a look at what we have. Then we have 12 blocks left. What else can we do here? Maybe this way, actually. Okay, 18. How was I thinking about this board? So my thinking was, all right, one of the most difficult things on this board was to get rid of this 15, because this was the only large block that was just sitting there and was just very difficult to get rid of. So this is very clear and it's very difficult to improve. Then, of course, we want to get rid of these 10s and 8s in an efficient manner. One way would be, of course, to use up these 1s and then match these. But another option is to look at this cross here, and I went for the cross, actually. And in order to get rid of the 15, what you can do here is, of course, use 15-5, which I used in a kind of naive solution, but this is a lot. That's too much. So I was thinking more along the lines of 15-3. And then I talked to one of the players on our Discord channel, mtanzer, whom I already mentioned before, and he got the world record, and he suggested that I actually do 15-3-12. This is what he had done. So, but how do you arrive here? Because there are a lot of options, and what I started doing eventually was to do this. That was not my final result, and I'll talk about it in a moment, but that's what I was doing. And then, of course, there are many options here. One of the things you can do, for example, is this. And once you clear it out, you can get rid of 10s. But there's another problem. You have these 8s. So another line of thinking was, if you somehow get rid of this 7 right over here, you can move a 9 here. And now you can remove all of it, kind of in one move. Okay, but that still has a lot of problems, and namely that you have a bad amount of 4s and 5s, and there's no easy way to really remove them. So the idea actually was initially that I don't remove one of the 9s. And the reason I want to walk you through this sort of unsuccessful attempt is to just show you what kind of things you could be thinking about when solving these boards. So in my case, when I was solving it initially, I went for this option, which looked like a very clean option. Right, and this is how you clean this out. And this seems like very clever. Hey, and then you have, of course, this cross of 9s and 4s. And so I would do something like this, for example. And now this is good. You can even do something like this. The problem, of course, is that once you do that, you have a 5 remaining. And so my typical score would be 14 or 15 or something along those lines, because there are a couple of ways to optimize it. For example, you can do this, and now you have a 5. So I've created this 5 because I had always a problem of how do I get rid of this 5. And so now we have a 10, a 7, an 11, a 5, but now we have this stray 4. So this is what you could do, I guess. All right, and and we're left with 14. But the solution that I ended up with making the 11 was this. So this is the same, very clear. I do remove the 9s. And here I decided that in order to make a 5, I'll just use that 6. So I'm removing the 6 to give way to 15. I'm using the 6 and a 5, so I'm removing the 6 this way, right? Because the 6 would stand in the way of these 4s, and I want to remove the 4s. The 9 goes here. I'm removing my 8s. Now I can remove the 4s. And I'm using the 1 to remove the 2 from here and reduce the 4 to 3, then 3 to 2. Remove the 12s, do the cross, and now I'm left with a clean ending. If we actually look at the solution by M. Tanzer, we will see that the solution is slightly different. Let's take a look. So very similar, but this is different. In a way, maybe it's even more elegant because I think it's simpler. My solution is a little bit more convoluted. And this seems like a much simpler solution, although the reduction of 4 to 2 is also present. So there you go, a really, really interesting board and a demonstration of how a board which feels sort of easy at first and you're getting really good results can still be very challenging if you want to get the best result. And with these solutions, I somehow feel that it's unlikely that there's any more optimizations. You know, we cannot prove it, but it feels that that's it. That's the best one can do. Thank you, and keep playing.